And here we go.
It's news time. Okay, a lot has happened. Blizzard have a new game. It kind of has a dark side. 9.2.5 is here. We've got a few intriguing things that have been discovered.
Pay-to-win stuff's
and it
gotta be
turns out the
Diablo
plot
more.
might not actually be over yet. Okay, let's get stuck in. So 9.2.5 is out, and even
Thanks,
from
Dave, for getting
those
those links
disgruntled with the state of the lore, like myself, sentiment has actually been quite positive.
I think we
The two
started
big
this
quest
video a little
lines,
bit, but we
Blood
didn't
Elves
get
and
anywhere into
Forsaken
it.
are great, and the new lore is like all brilliant. The Forsaken have been like properly re-established, and Kalia has finally found a position in the game that's
Forsaken
not,
are in a
like,
good
super
place
frustrating.
lore-wise.
The sort of
I like where it's
weird
going.
savior arc that some people were quite worried about has not came to pass, and really just. After so much of the Sylvanas stuff, just seeing the likes of, say, Belmont just be there and kind of acting like himself, that's great. The Forsaken feel still like the Forsaken. Then the Anduin Sylvanas cutscene. That's marvelous. Now, it's certainly an end to a story that, for the most part, was quite shoddily told sort of in-game as an overall experience, even though it had a few, like, pretty good bits. But, like, the ending, brilliant. Where both the characters go, great. The acting, great. The actual quality of the cinematic with all the new animations and stuff, brilliant. The lore there, like, for Anduin and stuff, makes great sense.
I think I talked about this, but these cinematics, you know, they do look good. The engine that they've been using is much better, though the animations on the face are nice. But I really do miss those BFA fully rendered cinematics. Those were emotionally touching, man. Those were badass. And it was really cool to see it, you know, and see all of, you know, see Anduin fully rendered, see Sourfang fully rendered the way he was, and
emotional damage.
Why is Tidewell being emotionally damaged? The thing is, we don't get that, and I'm wondering if they had plans for it, but then it fell through because of COVID and the expansion wasn't going well and everything. I mean, these things would have to be made way in advance, so maybe it wasn't because of COVID and stuff. But I'm hoping in Dragonflight maybe we'll get to you know, a return to form in those fully rendered in-game cinematics, because those were amazing.
I mean, Anduin is finally moving in a direction that's just
They
not,
were
you know,
emotional,
I
that's
am the
right. Okay,
moral
I see what you're
paragon
doing
of the
there. Yes, they
Alliance
were
and the beloved
emotional.
soft boy of Warcraft. No, he's growing up, right? He's acting like a human in response to what's happened.
Sourfang
and
music and
his
everything, that
portrayal
stuff was
really
good.
sold that fact so well.
Say what you want about BFA, the in-game storytelling was good.
Kind of left me excited to see what's going to happen next for him. And honestly, whenever Sylvanas comes back, and I imagine that will be quite a long time, I'm happy enough with it. But definitely, we need a chunky cooldown from her. As for the Night Elves, I mean,
More
hey,
damaged.
perhaps there's hope that tree might get fixed someday, and, well, it seems you'll be quite important to Dragonflight. So I guess really, it was just nice heading online to see almost universally positive sentiment for World of Warcraft again. I mean, shit, it's been a while. Now, this is, yeah, it's a small patch, right? And my expectations were in line with that. I was expecting a small amount of content. What I wanted to see is, well, will the quests be good? Will the lore be good? Turns out they were. I think people expecting something massive and big, or for Shadowlands to not be Shadowlands anymore, I mean, of course you'll be disappointed if that's what you went in wanting. But I kind of say think about it this way. So, the Blood Elf and Forsaken quest lines overall are about 70 minutes, and they're pretty damn good. Add on maybe another 10 or so minutes for the two new cinematics. So you got about 80 minutes of narrative content. That
Oh,
I'd say
buddy,
was all
4 healers
excellent.
already. I'm
And
late.
that's in an incidental content
Oh, dang, you
patch
come as
made while the
DPS.
main focus for Blizz is Dragonflight. Like, that's not too bad.
No,
Now,
it's
sure,
not.
it's less than an FF14 patch has for its MSQ. But
honestly,
it
I
is
think
the
this
sort of
patch
thing
was
I would like to see World of Warcraft.
Patch was a pleasant surprise. Like, we got a lot more than we were thinking. We got Dark Rangers. We got 3 in-game cinematics to continue the storyline. Obviously, we got cross-faction play, which we all knew was coming. But it was all that additional stuff that we weren't expecting. 9.2.5 turned out to be a pleasant surprise as far as patches go.
Do more.
I think that's the
And for
sentiment
what it
was really good
I
around
valued
it.
a lot.
I liked it.
It's also directionally important. Epilogue lore updates are now in the game, not in a book.
Yes.
That's really important, right?
Progress.
So for the Night Elves,
As far as in-game
and the
storytelling
way that
goes.
plot line will transition into Dragonflight, that's not in a book. Assuming they do everything else right, we won't be in a situation like with, say, Mists of Pandaria to Warlords of
Plant the
Draenor,
seed.
where you basically really
Plant the
did
seed.
need the lore updates of
We
of
still
the
need a
War Crimes
tank,
novel
though, that's right.
for it to make sense.
That's right, we
Stuff like
do.
that has happened.
Hey, what's
too
up,
much.
Antro?
And here as well, we actually see the character motivation, the emotional stuff. We see that too. And that's also important for expansion to expansion continuity and the player experience. So that's brilliant. And now, for dragons! Just a quick little promo for our Patreon. It's
Jeez,
Monk
that
Month.
scared the shit out of me. What a
also
transition.
Dragons. So that's the trio of Patreon this month. Yeah, stuff's awesome. Best way to support the team. So we would appreciate it. And yeah, all made by the art team. And suffice to say, they're having a lot of fun, sort of building everything out. And I mean, who knows? We're kind of thinking like, what are the sorts of projects we'll do after Pale Beyond? You know, could we do a small little thing in sort of the little world they're building? I don't know. I can't confirm, but I mean, maybe. And if it's the sort of thing you'd really like, you know, let us know. Okay, next then, let's talk about something a little bit strange.
Yeah, what is strange? The Desolate
I think
Council.
this is my
What's
main
wrong with the
quibble,
Desolate
really,
Council?
with the patch. So for some bizarre reason, all the members of the newly formed Desolate Council have the title Desolate Council, except for one,
yeah.
Kalia. Instead, she has the title
Right.
the Pallid Lady,
Did we see this?
which
I feel like
mean,
I've
to me,
seen
just
this.
Like, here we're going to set her up as some sort of. I mean, I get it. I suppose
don't know
they
how
just
far in the
sort of
video we
take
got.
herself seriously. But not only that, Derek Proudmore now has the title Champion of the Pallid Lady.
Uh-huh.
Does that kind of remind you of Sylvanas and Nathanos? Because it feels like a V2 of that.
It does feel like
Obviously
Sylvanas and
different
Nathanos.
characters. But
I remember I made a
like, why
comment
form
about this.
Council of like equal
They're not, one's a Proudmoore, the other one's a
importance members,
Menethil.
and then give one of them
Maybe
a
they
special
fuck.
title. Am I reading
Maybe.
into it too much? Is it supposed to be a play on Sylvanas, right? You know, the Dark Lady, the Pallid Lady? I don't know. But next, I've got something intriguing for you.
Where's my sugar and smush?
Venari is up to something. Now, personally, I am convinced Blizzard had broader plans for Shadowlands. From a few different things, like even the Drust. But especially for Venari. I thought it was kind of odd that the Venari plot ended up going nowhere within the main bulk of Shadowlands. Yet here, Blizzard have elegantly got around that problem, actually. It's pretty cool. So if you go to the Maw, you'll find that Venari is now purple. And that it's not Venari, it's like a decoy that she left behind. Because it turns out that all that Stygia we got for her was for something. And now she, knowing that Cartel Vi may attack her, is heading to Zareth Mortis. Now go
I
to the
can log
Creation
into my
Catalyst,
lock in a second.
and you'll find her burnt corpse.
My hunter already cleared this week. No problem. Whatever
On
you want.
inspection, it seems she tried to do something with that Stygia, and it killed her. But is the case closed? No, the case is not closed, because if you are wearing engineering goggles, like you're a Shadowlands engineer, you'll get a new dialogue option, and
Ooh.
here's what you get.
Ooh.
There are some small, barely noticeable inconsistencies in the area. Most would go unnoticed, but your mastery of engineering and familiarity with Venari allow you to notice them. Okay. That's all we've got so far. But given their record, the WoW devs may have actually crafted a secret here. One that has really not been solved. We don't even know where to go. Now, Wowheads and others have pointed out that there's a toy called the Stored Wisdom device that was added in this patch, but it has no known source. And the flavor text says, contains the sage wisdom of the notorious Venari. So this could come in a future update, or it could be in the game right now, but we don't know how to find it. A classic secret. So who knows what we're going to find out from this? I mean, one thing, like Fareem talked about a crack in the pattern, and Venari only went to Zareth Mortis after Zoval fell, so could she be trying to exploit that? What is she researching? What is she looking into? I don't know, but hopefully we'll
So
find
she's
out.
dead now. So when you go, this is the place where you go to upgrade your gear, right? This is where you go to turn a regular piece of gear into tier gear. They're dead now. If you go there, they're dead. I'm gonna start heading over there. I didn't know that. How did I miss this? So they're just sitting there dead by the little upgrade thing there? Yeah, and Zareth Mortis? Oh, shit. I'm going to go check that out while we finish watching this.
Certainly, you know, I was sad to see her seemingly go nowhere, so for me, this is just a wonderful surprise. And she's certainly a character I'd like to keep around in the future.
Where's my orange Julius? I ordered that
I
shit
should
an hour
mention
ago.
some of the launch issues we had. Some people have actually had character problems. Then Pandemic, the very core mechanic to Hots and Dots, broke, and then was hotfixed quite quickly. And now they've actually
The
had to
hotfixes,
cool cross-faction rated PvP for a little bit.
Yeah, that's back now though.
Basically
Cross-faction PvP is back.
The way that it works is that
We're gonna
sometimes
test
you
that out
only
eventually.
find out about
After we
things
get
when
after we
they're live.
get our AOTC, we're gonna
Now,
test
the
that out.
pandemic thing apparently was actually found on the PTR, so it could be that they had a fix, and it turned out the fix didn't end up working.
Okay.
Fix that pretty quickly. Next, then, a new way for you to get weapons.
I'm so
No,
fat. Brendan, you're not fat. It's the shirt.
What the fuck? Oh, it's a fucking ad. Oh, because I don't have ad blocker
Look
on
at
this
Nate.
shit.
His true classic is tight around the chest and shoulders and arms, and then it tapers off towards the bottom.
Nate also has
Jesus
six-pack
Christ.
abs.
The point is, the shirt doesn't
Open
highlight your best
Netscape up.
attributes.
What are my best attributes?
Oh my god, fucking ads.
There is a little known but welcome change, a new quest that unlocks Cypher weapons. It basically just adds weapons to the current Zereth Mortis gearing system. To get the quest, you just have to kill enemies in the zone. But a lot of people have ended up being confused because they kill enemies, they don't get the quest. They don't know what's going on. Turns out, it only, the item that like spawns the quest only drops if you have actually done the Broken Circle quest line that's unlocked by the Altonian Understanding
what's up, Lisa?
Cypher upgrade.
Good
Now, it
morning,
turns out it's
Sam.
actually a nice little quest. I did it
Can't hear you because I'm in a meeting. I'll join you guys when I finish here. All right, sounds
before
good.
to get the 50% increased ciphers. And the NPC that you get it from does sell some other handy items too. So, there you go. The upshot of this is that world content only players can now get a full set of gear, weapons included. It's time for Blizz to make some money because a 30% sale for faction changes and server transfers is here. The 1 and 3 character options are 30% off, while the 6 character option has been boosted to 8 characters for the same price.
Still chunky. Oh yeah, it's still chunky. Yeah, you're right.
Pity they don't have the combined, or a combined faction and realm transfer. I know for some people that could be quite useful. Basically, this makes sense. They know that for many people, they're not
think it's
playing the
fine right
faction
now.
they want to. They know that the cross-faction changes open that up, meaning they might want to play on the faction they actually like, but still with the people they know. So this is both a great time to provide players with a deal, and also bump up the earnings.
Hell
MMO character
I knew this
surfaces,
was gonna happen.
rascals.
I knew that was gonna happen. Remember when I told you guys I was like, cross faction play could also make Blizzard some money because people are gonna switch their factions again, and I knew that. I mean, they're a business at the end of the day. Everything they do is to make money. And if the company's not making money, well then there goes our game. It won't exist anymore.
Next then, Blizzard have nerfed Mythic Sepulchre again. I think there's some nerfs that actually aren't only Mythic, though. It's interesting, though. So this time, they've actually said that they want to smooth out pain points for progression and repeat kills. Now, this is just the next in a long, long line of nerfs, but now they've actually explained why. They said that Sepulchre had an abundance of mechanics that they basically felt were too unforgiving.
Yeah, we've already
where
experienced
a
these
single error
nerfs.
would just cause an
Hasn't helped us.
unrecoverable wipe. And then, even more importantly, they said they agree with player feedback on the raid. And they're basically thinking about all of that as they design the Dragonflight raid content. So, good. I think for me then, the big question is, well, from my subjective experience of, I only did normal
Choppy.
and work got really busy, so I tapped out for our guild's heroic progression, and then, honestly, we
Choppy.
just... life got in the way for loads of us. I don't know. Hopefully, when Dragonflight comes around, we all,
Yeah, it's not. It doesn't make a difference. It looks like 11:28. I'd rather be watching it on here because I have my ad blocker and shit. I don't know. Maybe if I drop it to 7:20.
in the way for loads of us. I don't know. Hopefully, when Dragonflight comes around, we all, we all just kind of are in a place where we can play the game. It's, you know what it's like when it's a social guild with a small, decently tightly knit group of people, right? So yeah, I mean, I loved the raid. I thought it was really, really fun. I thought there was really cool bosses. But I suppose up in Mythic, maybe a little bit different. To be honest, I'm still a bit salty. I really feel that those Anduin nerfs that happened while we were progressing on them, I just thought they were way too much, and it, yeah, I don't know, kind of cheapened it a little bit. But anyway, as long as whatever
Did
sorts
you
of changes
see that?
Blizzard want to make don't come at the expense of the raid being like really great.
I'm
But
not having PC problems. This fucking YouTube's been tripping out lately. I can't figure out
I was
why.
thinking about the Mythic situation.
When I stream. I don't know, maybe
It
it's
does
an
seem like
internet thing.
progress has been slow, right? So, yeah, there's that. But look, I don't really raid Mythic. I don't have much insight into that. Ultimately, though, this is them taking on player feedback and learning for the new expansion and actually talking about doing that. So that's actually really good. Warcraft 3 Reforged is just a black mark in Blizzard's track record. And somebody
Yeah.
asked
I
Mike
said that,
Tavara what's up with
to
the
say
game.
the
But
least.
surprisingly, he actually said we're going to find out in June. Yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna do something with Warcraft 3 Reforged. I saw this news before watching this Bellular video. You'll hear from them soon in June. Well, we are in June now. But that's interesting. They're not just like leaving that game to die.
So,
They want to do
funny
something
thing,
with
The
it.
20th anniversary of Warcraft 3 is out the 3rd of July this year. So it'd be pretty damn embarrassing if the 20th anniversary rolls around and the game is in the dire state that it's in right now. I mean,
Fucking
apparently,
Bellular?
it's basically
Herder?
unmoderated. The players are just saying, like, yeah,
have
we
a
do it, we never.
realm to destroy.
Not Mommy. Thank you for the follow and welcome to our Scourge. Oh, Mormy. I'm sorry. I called you Mommy. Daddy?
Port, and it just goes into
Welcome
the
to our
void.
Scourge.
And
Not
there's
Mormy.
loads of core features that are actually missing, right? Very notably absent ones, even though Blizzard said that they were promised.
Otto, thank you.
So why didn't they
Yeah.
materialize?
Calling you Mommy, you
Why
like
have
that?
the patches not came? I'd say it's probably got something to do with the classic games team being disbanded. Now, those features are a ranked ladder, player profiles, clans, and then native support for custom campaigns.
I
Speaking
bought
of which,
Reforged and did not play
there's
it
a Warcraft
at all.
2 custom campaign, like mod project that's being worked on right now that looks just incredible. So, I mean, at least if the disaster that is Reforged enables that, we'll get something out of it. But anyway, apparently the Warcraft 3 community also does think that a graphical change is in the works to the game, which, I mean, I'd really welcome. It's funny, I only realized this whenever me and Matt did a video about it on the news channel. But
what do they mean a
there's these
graphical
Warcraft
change?
3 style sort of HD assets that Blizzard added to StarCraft 2 in 2015 to support its arcade mode and custom
What?
games. They've got the same art style as Warcraft 3. They're just, you know, a higher res, more detailed. Well, you know, not detailed in a bad way, which is basically how I would describe the new art assets for Reforged that just kind of look like Warcraft meets Raid Shadow Legends. I don't think they're that good. I think they greatly damage the game readability. I mean, sure, you can pull them up in a
If you guys are in stream ending queue, let me know.
Polys, there's more detail, the textures are high resolution, but you look at it in game and it's just soup compared to what the game looked like in the past. So it's interesting the community thinks change could happen there. I think really for me the question is, are Blizzard willing to actually rescope their support of this game? Will they decide to deliver on its initial promise? You know, one of the new voice lines, more voice
come as
lines,
DPS for now.
updates, lore that fits the modern Warcraft franchise.
My rogue is in queue.
Reworks, modernizations for missions, actual, you know, new gameplay, things that make it feel like a big new release to go and play. Or, which is what they initially promised for the game, and then they cut that way, way, way down for release. We talked about that.
There were a lot of promises made for Warcraft 3 Reforged that got reforged. Let's just say that. The promises were reforged into nothingness for a lot of the stuff of that game. And it's sad because this could have been so good. And it wasn't.
Or are they just going to do a minor patch so that they can add those missing features?
Yeah, a lot of
and just
range
sort
today.
tick the box and move
I
on?
wanted that.
And I guess then finally, no matter what, who's doing this? The classic
Speaking
games
of
team doesn't
Reforged, I
exist.
missed the old Reforged.
I'd say if there are going to be higher scope changes, then Vicarious Visions
Are you serious? Reforged to this day has the worst game rating on Metacritic. 0.6? Not even a 1? Oh my god. I told you I have this game. I just never played it. I never played it, never installed it. Wasn't that what it was called when they swapped to some secondary stat? Oh yeah, reforging. Yes. Yes, it's true. Respecking? You mean respecking? Reforging? Wasn't that what it was called when you swapped to some secondary stat? I feel like you might be right. I feel like I remember that in game, but I can't.
Experts, and of course,
I'm drawing a
Vicarious
blank.
Visions was merged into Blizzard Entertainment.
No, you could like
I mean,
swap
they did
some
the Tony
crit,
Hawk
for
Pro Skater 1
example.
and 2
Oh,
remaster,
maybe.
amongst other things. Diablo 2 Resurrected as well. So if something of significant scope was to be done,
No, Reforged was
perhaps
switching
they,
specs. I
now
remember
called
that.
Blizzard
Oh,
Albion,
yeah.
by the
Okay.
way,
I
would
think
actually be
Justin's
the team
right.
for it. Finally then.
Reforging. Yeah.
Oh, Diablo
Changing
Immortal.
the stats. That's right.
I'll make this quick.
I remember now.
I played
Yes.
it, hooked my iPad up to a monitor, used the controller. It plays great. It feels like a Diablo game.
Let me know if you're in
surprised there's a lot of
in the
similarities
stream,
between
guys.
it and Diablo 3. But it looks like a great slice of Diablo. I think there's like 20 hours of pretty damn high quality like story content to play. The classes all seem to be really fun. The controls, even on mobile, are super good, and on a gamepad, it feels genuinely great to play. There's so many positives to the game.
The game looks fun.
But the downside is that this is
Diablo Immortal looks fun. The only problem is that it's also fun for your wallet.
monetized insanely.
Right? Yeah, that was the plan from the beginning, right?
Like, it is so bad.
It's pay
So
max
bad.
pay to
They
win.
do everything. Right. And like it's pay to win. Like, definitionally, it is pay to win. It's not just pay to skip. I mean, it depends. Like, I think free-to-play players could get near enough if they just grind for a decade. And I'm not joking.
Right.
That's actually one of the numbers that people have surfaced up of just doing the daily and weekly stuff for, months and months and months and
You
months.
cannot beat the game
years.
without paying to win. That's what
Or
it looks
just,
like.
swipe. Basically, the thing is, there's a gearing system called gems. You want to get legendary gems. The legendary gems are really where the insane whaling pay to win is. And those give you bonuses that are undoubtedly pay to win in PvP. That's shit. This is the most
That is shit.
abhorrently designed game in terms of monetization that Blizzard have ever created.
Oh god,
by
here we
a
go again.
long shot.
The fucking buffering.
It is an absolute black mark in the
There we go,
reputation.
it's
And
fixed.
frankly, it's
No,
no
it's
wonder
not.
that NetEase Games is the second logo whenever you boot the game up. Because when you're playing the Diablo bit, it totally is a Blizzard game. All the quality, the voice acting, it's all there. It feels great.
Sure.
And you really feel oh wait, this is Diablo, but it's been rammed in to the monetization loop of a NetEase ARPG. And I even remember the stories of players in China who...
Oh yeah, buffer that shit. Go ahead and
I
buffer,
forget the
please.
name
Thank
of the
you.
NetEase ARPG, but like they were getting really angry and pissed off at just how crazy the pay to win was getting in the game.
Motherfucker, man.
So it's the sort
What
of thing
the
where
hell?
look, the average person is going to be able to probably boot this up,
Buffering like the real
probably,
player days,
get a
yeah.
good bit out of it for free. But the important thing is, under no circumstances should you play this as an endgame ARPG. That would essentially be a crazy thing to do based on how this game is monetized. And it's every trick in the book. I mean, you kill a boss and you got a pop-up. Pop-up's like, hey, buy this, 90 pence. Here's a bunch of, bonus things you'll get. 560% value. What does the 560% mean? This is all bullshit. That's wild.
It means you pay money.
If you really want to dive into that, me and Matt did a long, chunky
Give
video.
the whales their game.
Fully going in
Keep
on the
well,
Diablo situation.
keep a
But
non-wild
suffice to
game.
say,
I swear. Yeah.
any concerns you had about that game are true, and the pay to win is
It's true. It's all
actually
true.
worse than people thought, by quite a margin.
Watch out, somebody pulled.
Some of us thought that this is a game that maybe would have some pay for, a bit faster, like a tiny bit faster, or maybe a little bit of convenience, or, some more character slots, or
249? I don't think that's a good idea.
the sort of thing where it's not as bad as mobile can get. It's not what we have in PC, but it's not awful, and we probably expected lots of cosmetic monetization as well, like you get in a game like, say, Apex Legends Mobile. But no, this is fully the worst of what mobile has to offer.
We can get
rammed
DPS
into
in here.
what
We just
pretty much
gotta
is
wait a little bit.
the best ARPG on the mobile platform. Because that's the sad thing. It's a brilliant game. It's a great game. It's really fun. It's got Deckard Cain. Going through a story with Deckard Cain. Kind of resolving the end of Diablo 2. Bridging us into Diablo 3. A whole big slice of world. Lots of shit that people have made.
We got some polls here.
But look how they've tried to monetize it. It is so sad to see this.
They could have monetized the game, just not so
Yeah,
extremely, and I think it would have been
we
fine.
know what era of Blizzard this comes out of.
I
it
mean,
is still
but
coming
who am I
out
to
in
say?
this
They're probably going to make a
new-ish
shit ton of money,
whatever
right?
Era of Blizzard. And
They're like, Sam, you don't know
oh,
shit.
yikes.
We're going to make a
Yeah,
ton of
it's
money
really
off of this.
rough. It's really bad.
And make money they will.
Jeez. Yeah, shame. Big shame. Anyway, that's it for the news. At least in the Warcraft side, it's actually a pretty damn happy situation. So I'll leave you with that. Take care. Have a great weekend.
Yeah, if the market supports it, I'll go ahead. That's the sad thing. Yep, the market definitely supports it. The market definitely supports it. All right.